is finally almost done downloading. It's at 95% on my new computer, and I'm about to record some things I have thought in. I should read a super scary stories for sleepovers. Well, I'm currently having a sleepover with Cartman here, so I thought this would be appropriate. Where can I put you, Cartman? How about right now? I'll put you right, if you can see your little white, right, yeah, I'll just put you right there, like you were before. Don't know why you were over there. But let's begin reading. And let me tell you, it's currently at 2 seconds right now until it's done downloading. Let's see where it is when we are finished. Flesh and blood. Charlie let out a huff when he saw the dark rain clouds. "Not today," he whined. "The guys and I were gonna go to play soccer." He was standing outside with his father, who was just getting into his car to go to work. His father slammed the car door and rolled down the window. "You'll just have to find something to do indoors." He paused for a second. "I've got it. There's a new exhibit from Egypt at the museum. Why don't you go check it out?" "Thanks, Dad," Charlie unenthusiastically said. His father shrugged. "Well, I tried," he said, rolling up the window and starting the car. This is pretty intense. Charlie watched his father drive off, then went inside and flopped down on the well-worn easy chair. The newspaper was on the coffee table. How to get there? Who knows? And Charlie absentmindedly began to flip through it when an article about the Egyptian exhibit caught his eye. Oh my, what a coincidence. His father told him about it, now he's seeing it in the news. Maybe his father read it in the newspaper. Who the fuck knows? His story is off the edge. A moment later, he was on the phone with his friend Sean. "It sounds really cool," Charlie said excitedly. "It's real mummy on loan to the Single Falls History Museum. And get this, the article says that the mummy was some royal person who got into big trouble and was cursed." Oh my god. I was interrupted for some reason. Oh my god. Oh god. Jesus, it was cursed. Sean snickered. "Yeah, right." Then let out a big sigh. "Well, there's nothing better to do." Within an hour, Charlie and Sean were waiting in the lobby of the museum. Sean had also called Gordon and Christy to join him, and the two were walking up already. "Hey, guys," said Jordan, a lanky boy wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. "Hey, Jordan." Okay. I'm gonna need to download Java too, so, you know. Just give me a minute. Sorry, I know this story is too good to stop, but I need to make sure that this is actually properly downloading. Right now it's currently at 8%, 59 seconds remaining. So Java is downloading right now. So I guess I need to read this. So where we go? "Hey, Gordon. Hey, Christy," he called to a young girl pushing her way through the turnstile. Christy grinned. "So let's go see this creepy mummy dude," she said. "Maybe he's cute." "Oh, this girl sounds amazing. Definitely will want to see her in real life." The museum was made up of 5 small separate wings. The Egyptology wing had scale models of the pyramids and displays of ancient Egyptian relics. In the middle of the room was the mummy, and the kids made a beeline for it. "Wow, cool!" Gordon exclaimed, leaning over the railing. The sarcophagus was tilted up, making it easier for the kids to see the dry, shriveled body inside. Sounds kind of like a penis to me. "Gross," said Christy, turning away. The mummy was the dark color of the swamp mud. Bits of rotted cloth hung from it, and a few weary tufts of hair seeming plastered to the grinning skull. Wow. He died grinning, but was cursed? That must have been a pretty bad curse. "Yep," Charlie said with a smile. "There he is, in the flesh, so to speak." Ha! What the fuck? That was hilarious. Alright. Christy giggled at Charlie's joke, then went over to read the sign on the wall beside the display. It says here that he was an Egyptian prince, she reported. "It seems he was a nasty character, and a lot of people disappeared during his reign." "Yuck," she shrieked in disgust. "He was accused of draining blood from other..." Wait, I know this. "Flesh and blood!" Oh my god, I can't believe I made that connection. It says he thought the life force of his victims would keep him young so he could live forever. Oh, sounds like a pretty reasonable explanation. When he got caught, they killed him by draining away all of his blood. So the tables were turned, so to speak. He drained blood from others, and then the way he died was drained. But I thought it said he died by a curse, or he died and he was dying smiling. So when did he enjoy being drained alive? Was that some sick fantasy of his? That's why he did it to others, so that in exchange he would be drained. This story is just so deep. Freaky. Sean gazed in awe at the dry corpse. So much for living forever. He's dead as a Jordan. Oh my god. These kids. Gordon widened his eyes. Maybe not, perhaps. He kidded. Maybe not, perhaps. He kidded in a deep, heavy, accented voice. Perhaps he is merely sleeping. And when the moon is full, he will awake and take his revenge. This is a pretty big assumption from who is it? Gordon. My god, this Gordon kid is thinking as deep as I do. Oh. The others chuckled as Gordon drew one arm into his chest, held the other arm out, and limped stiff-legged towards Christy. "Go away, you idiot!" She laughed and pushed him away. Charlie stared at the mummy. Maybe Gordon's onto something, he mused. Oh. Christy shook her head. They dug up this guy nearly a year ago, and he hasn't moved a muscle. Full moon or not, how does she know that they dug him up a year ago? It didn't say there. Is she making another assumption? Did she read the newspaper? It didn't even say it in the newspaper. I mean, they didn't even show it was on the newspaper. This is... Oh, how much more pages is this? I want to make sure, because I don't want it to go on for fucking ever. Oh. Oh, well, it's like 16 pages. Or it only has page like 7 right now. Well, I'll read a little bit more, but I just wanted to show you this picture. Is this Charlie, or I don't know. Let's read up to this picture. It ends at page 12, so you know. Actually, oh wait, we have like 35 minutes. It's estimated time. Oh, we're doing this. We're fucking doing this. Maybe conditions weren't right, Gordon said half seriously. Or maybe he really does get out of his coffin and stalk the city up at night. No one can watch him every minute, so there's no way to know for sure. You know, Gordon, I mean, you're making some pretty big assumptions here. I mean, this guy was said to be cursed. But then it was changed that he was drained. His body was drained of blood, and he has a smile on his face, so he must have enjoyed it. You know, he might be coming back to life so he can be killed again. Enjoy that. Maybe he enjoys dying. You know, you might be onto something, Gordon. You're pretty smart. I can say that for sure. I can say that for sure. Yes, there he is, Charlie said unenthusiastically. We could stay overnight and watch. Wait. They forgot to put a parentheses there. They forgot to put a parentheses there. I mean, I know there's a typo once in a while, but how could this get published without... Oh, I'm pretty sure there's more, but I guess I'll have to see. We could stay overnight tonight and watch him. Looks like the old guy could use some company anyhow. This kid is willing to risk his life. I'm predicting Gordon's gonna be like, hell yeah, man, let's do this. Let's see if this zombie's real. And maybe Chris would be like, yeah, I don't want you dead. Then Sean, I guess, would be like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, that's what I'm guessing. Gordon shook his head. No, my mommy. He expects me home by supper tonight. Besides, the guards won't let us stay here. My prediction was wrong already. Let's see how everyone else is reacting. You could call your mom and say that you're spending the night at my house. We can all come up with something, Charlie reasoned. And those old guards won't be any problem. We can hide in the bathroom until they lock up. The museum doesn't even have a night watchman. Just a guard service that drives by every second once in a while. I know because my uncle Arlo works for the service. Do you think Arlo will appear later in this story? I'm predicting that he will. Let's see. Christy didn't seem convinced. I don't know, she said hesitantly. What if we want to get out? Charlie grinned. There's a window by the delivery entrance. Arlo has complained that he found it open a couple of times. I'll just check to make sure it isn't latched. But the alarm system will go off if we go through the window, Gordon pointed out. So what? We'll be long gone by then. I say we do it. So I was wrong on Sean, and I guess I was kind of right on Christy, but oh my god. I guess I don't know these kids. I guess they have more personality than I thought. Oh my god. Oh Jesus. Come on, Charlie said. It'll be fun. Gordon and Chrissy looked at each other and nodded. Then they each went off to call home. When was this book made? I mean, it seems like a pretty old book. Because they can't, what type of phones are they using? Are they using modern, like, cell phones? Are they using those big bricks? And even if they did, are they rich? Are these rich? We need to know more about this. This is a masterpiece right here, where we need to exploit it and find out every single little fucking detail from it, because I'm getting pissed off that these kids don't have fucking characters. Let's continue. Yes, there is, Charlie said enthusiastically. We could stay overnight and... Oh, I apologize. I read from the wrong thing. Oh, there's ... The guard opened the bathroom door and stepped inside for a final check before closing for night. Standing up on the toilet in the last stall, Charlie held his breath. Finally, the guard let the door swing shut, and Charlie let out a big sigh. Sean, Gordon, and stalls on either side of them did the same. They waited for a few moments, then Sean tiptoed to the door and peered out. He's gone. The kids seem pretty egotistical that the bathrooms are the final things that they check. I mean, we know, but they don't know, because we heard from the narrator that the guard did for a final check. But how did those kids know? Did he say, "Oh, well, this is my final check"? And that'd be pretty suspicious if he did. I'm thinking these kids are just going off of their own hopes and dreams. And I guess those hopes and dreams are right, because the narrator said it was for a final check. He's gone, Sean whispered hoarsely. Then all of a sudden he drew back. Somebody's coming! The boys pressed themselves up against the wall as the door swung slowly open. Having fun? Christy peeked around at them. You guys look pale, she said, laughing. Very funny, Charlie muttered. Look, it's getting dark. Maybe we should go find some guards' flashlights. I don't feel like sitting around here in here if we can't see anything. It's got a point. I've got a pen light on my keychain, Gordon offered. We can use it to go through the storage closets. Oh, jeez, my throat's starting to get a little bit, even though I have a drink right there, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. But, we still have like 38 minutes to go, because it said earlier 35, but I guess it's 38 now. Oh, God. After a search through a couple of closets, Gordon's idea paid off, as the four kids now shared 2 flashlights. It sure looks different in here now, Gordon murmured as they made their way to the geology wing. It's spooky. A dim light glowed here and there from various walls displays. It was definitely spooky, as he said. Especially with each one of their footsteps echoing on the ceramic tile floor. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea, Sean muttered. Suddenly, Christy froze. What was that? She cried out. Sean turned his flashlight in the direction of the rustling sound. The beam fell on a huge, shimmering face with blood-red eyes and sharply pointed teeth. Gordon yelled. Chill out, Charlie shot back. It's only a mask on the wall. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's pretty. I might need Carmen just to sit next to me for this. I'm starting to get kind of scared, right, to be honest with you. Oh God. Oh my God. He passed his light around the edge of the image so everyone could see the long moss green feathers that decorated it. One feather was moving slightly, creating the rustling sound. There must have been some air coming in from the vent, he guessed, trying to slow his rapid beating heart. God, if these kids get scared by a fucking mask, they're gonna get scared by everything. Shit their pants if they see the mummy, like the mummy too, like slightly to the side. They're like, oh my god, what the fuck is that? That moves slightly to the side. Oh, Jesus. He gasped, trying to slow the. Oh yeah. Well, I've had enough, Gordon said firmly. You can call me a chicken if you want, but I'm leaving. I'm with Gordy, Christy agreed. You guys can stay here, but I'm going home. Where's that window, Charlie? Sean looked at Charlie. They're right, he said. There's no point in doing this if there isn't any fun. Let's go. Charlie finally agreed, and they then led them through the spooky, jagged wing. I am guessing that that window isn't going to be open. It's going to be closed and they can't open it. That's what I am guessing. It's down a series of halls and out the back of the delivery entrance. There it is, Charlie said, shining his light toward a small window about 6 feet up the wall. See, the latch isn't hooked. Oh, so it's wrong. He pointed to the big right. Help me push that underneath so we can reach over it. Quickly, that four kids shoved the crate over. Ow! Sean complained. He held up a cut thumb for the others to see. I'm going to the bathroom to wash it off. Gordy handed me the flashlight and Gordy handed me the flashlight, and don't you guys leave without me, okay? I'll be right back. Ha! Fresh blood, Gordy said jokingly. If there's any night creature around, that bloody thumb should get their attention. Maybe it'll even wake up the old King Tut in there. Shut up, Christy demanded. She was almost in tears. Well, I'm just guessing. I mean, my past guesses have been wrong, but I'm guessing that Christy's not going to return. That's what I'm guessing. Well, excuse me. I was just joking. Don't have to be a cow. Well, we'll be out here in a minute. Maybe we won't, Charlie said softly. There are bars across the window that are bolted from the outside. I was right. Oh my God, it's closed. Maybe not the window, but just the entity of a window is closed. I was right. That must have been Uncle Arlo's idea. Uncle Arlo, he returned. I told you guys earlier that he was gonna appear, and he appeared again. So now, what are we going to do? Christy moaned. I thought she was going to the bathroom to clean off that gut. We could stay here until the morning, then tell them that we got locked in by accident, Charlie suggested. Christy shook her head. I don't want to stay here all night. This place gives me the creeps. Charlie jumped off the crate and snagged the sleeve of his dark blue sweater. Then we'll have to call somebody to help get us. He said finally. We can use the payphone, so that's what they used before. Oh. But boy, are we going to be in trouble when Gordon began. Wait! Charlie held up his hand. I heard something. Hey, where's Sean? Christy pointed a trembling finger toward the door that led back into the main part of the museum. I thought said he was going to the bathroom. Oh, I guess. Wait a minute. Just kidding. We never at one point said that he left. I guess I was just supposed to know that. I mean, Well, he's been gone for a long time. It's not a long time. It's just been a year. Charlie said, we'll have to go look for him. He picked up his flashlight and motioned for the others to follow. Sean, he called timidly. Silence. Sean, this isn't funny, he called again as they entered the room where the mummy was. Damn it. Sorry. Stay awake. Just then Charlie's foot kicked something, and he bent down to pick it up. The other flashlight, Christy said softly. The one Sean took with him. Maybe Sean dropped it. Suddenly, Gordon gasped and grabbed Charlie's wrist, turning it so the flashlight beam fell on something just below the esophagus. It was Sean, lying on the floor in a crumpled heap. Oh no! Chrissy raced to the boy and turned him over, then covered her mouth to hold back the scream. Oh my! Sean, pale. His lips looked pasty white and his skin was slightly shriveled. I don't believe this, Gordon said with a gasp, barely able to speak. The mummy looks. Look at the mummy. He leaned in to get a better look, as if he couldn't believe his eyes. Charlie felt as if something had sucked the air completely from his chest, and then he saw that the mummy flesh looked fresher and more like life than the fingers looked as if they could simply reach out and look out! He screamed, but it was too late. The mummy had gripped Gordon around the neck and lifted him off his feet. The 110-pound boy weighed nothing. My God, that explains. This is Gordon right here. It's pretty ugly, but don't worry. Oh God. Help me! Gordon shrieked, trying to pry away from the mummy's fingers, now squeezing his throat, lunging forward. Charlie grabbed Gordon's shoulders and tried to pull him away, while Christy picked up the carved stone figure from a nearby display and beat at the zombie's powerful arms, but nothing seemed to stop the wrenched thing, and within seconds Gordon went limp. Charlie and Christy backed away as they saw their friend's skin slowly dry and shrivel, while that of the mummy appeared even more vital than this life-sucking creature tossed. The life-sucking creature tossed Gordon's body aside and clumsily beginning to struggle from the esophagus. We've got to get out of here, Charlie yelled, grabbing Christy by the hand. How? She screamed. We can't get by it. The grotesque being drew in a raspy, labored breath that sounded like the weird rushing sounds of the corridors of an ancient tomb. It threw back its head and howled, rising its nearly rejuvenated arms into the air, and then it stopped as if to listen. Slowly it turned from one side to the other. Can it see us? Chrissy whispered. In answer, the thing turned towards them and moved awkwardly in their direction. Let's rush and then split off the either side of it, Charlie whispered. And with no other choice, the two terrified kids raced towards the zombie, then skirted around it. They dashed for the bangs of the telephone in the lobby, and then stood there helplessly. Neither had any change. Oh my damn. Charlie turned his pockets inside out and only came up with $1 bill. They had money, but not the type of money they were looking for. And now the estimated time is 1 hour and 21 minutes. What are we gonna do? Christy cried. Listen, Charlie put his hand over her mouth. The creature's labored breathing echoed in the main chamber. We've got to hide. Looking frantically around, the two finally decided on a small side room with a display of a civil war furniture. Together they slid under a huge canopied bed. Just as the sound of heavy footsteps stopped right outside the entrance to the room, Charlie squeezed Christy's hand, and he could feel that she was shaking uncontrollably. He was in a pretty bad shape, too. The drop vets... Just give me a minute. Drop vets of sweat strung his eyes, but he was too afraid to brush them away. Everything was still, too still. Suddenly Christy screeched and began to slide from under the bed, feet first. "It's got my foot!" she cried, clawing at the floor. Charlie grabbed onto her hand, but he could feel her slipping away from him. Then all at once Christy wrenched out of his grasp, covering his ears to block out the sound of her tortured struggle. Charlie knew that there was nothing he could do. Then he felt a powerful hand brush his own foot. "It's looking for me!" His mind shrieked. He kicked at the zombie's fingers and then rolled out from the other side of the bed. In the dim light from the wall display, he could see that the mummy's body was almost completely renewed. All it needed was a life force from one more victim. But Charlie was determined to defy the monster. Dashing towards the main hall, he could see that the windows were barred there too. Charlie knew the front door was the only chance he had to go for it, or the mommy would find him sooner or later. Making up his mind, he picked up a chair and tossed it into the tall glass display that housed an early American farm tools. The glass shattered, showering the room with sharp splinters that bit through Charlie's sneakers. He inched towards the display, grabbing the long metal bar once used as a hoe. Then raced towards the door, and he began to pry at the lock. And to his relief, the high-pitched alarm began to scream into the night. "Please open!" Without turning, he could sense that a thing was right behind him, perhaps only inches away. He could smell the stench of something that had ceased living many centuries ago, something that shouldn't be walking the earth again, but was. He felt the lock snap and suddenly give way. The door flew open, and a rush of cold air bursted in. My God. This is not the end of the story, my friends. Oh, there's more. There was more. That was so fucking intense. I don't think I can continue 1 hour 35 minutes, but I don't think I can continue that after that. Oh my God, Christy, Gordon, and Sean died. They're dead. Once 4 friends going into the museum, having a plan to see if the mummy was real. It turned out to be real, but it was not. And it was not friendly. I gotta continue this. We're on page 15, and this page, this page, and then this last page, and we're done. The room at the end of the poem, we're not even gonna get into that. The first police car flew into the parking lot and screeched to the halt in a flurry of flying gravel. "Look!" one of the officers yelled. "There's somebody running towards the back of the building." "I'll get him," the second officer responded as she threw open her door and charged after the retreating figure. Moments later she returned. "I lost him," she said, glancing at the other 3 cars. At the 3 cars that had arrived. "What's going on, Sergeant?" "It's a lot more than just a break-in," her partner answered. He pointed at the body inside the front door. The female gasped and turned away. There was a dark blue sweater with the remains of a body. It was totally dry and withered. "There are 3 more inside," another officer said, stepping out through the door. "This is impossible. What could have happened here?" The female officer glanced up. "There's at least one person out there who knows," she said solemnly. and we're going to have to find him. From among the shadows of the hilltop overlooking the museum, something drew a deep, cool breath of air into the fresh lungs, and it felt the warm blood flowing again through its body, and with its newly formed eyes, it glazed down at the lights of a small town that housed its unexpected prey, and it smiled. So at the end of the day, no one got away from the mummy. At the end of the day, neither Gordon, Christy, Sean, or even Charlie got away. My goodness, and I was hoping that Charlie would have survived. I was hoping deep down in my heart. But I guess there is no happy ending. So what happens next for this monster? What will he do next? Will he go into other people's houses and suck the blood from them, assuming that he will be living forever, even though it drew closer to his death? And it did not even say that it was a full moon. I do not believe it said that it was a full moon out at night. And I don't understand why it said it was cursed. I am trying to take this legitimately, but this has a few fucking typos in it. Well, just this one. I haven't read the other ones yet. I mean, there's this one, and then let me read the names off. There are the room at the end of the hall, it waits, the roadside attraction, the rocking horse, cave dwellers, a dead man's chest, the hole in the ceiling, the family's honor, a face in the crowd, and horror in the center ring. I mean, if these other stories are anything like this one, it's gonna have some plot holes. It's gonna have an ending that is kind of predictable, even though it's trying to make it unpredictable. I am legitimately giving a review on this. I mean, first I tried to start off as like a joke, but I can't read something without giving a critical review, and this thing fucking, I guess it wasn't the worst story ever, but it was pretty bad. Pretty bad. So tell me, I'm gonna kind of guess by the reaction. I mean, this was only 16 pages that I read, and it's already 38 minutes. Right. Yeah. Okay. 38. Okay. So tell me, do you guys want to see more of this? I mean, I don't. You guys want to see more of this? It's kind of a test. But if you guys really want, if you guys want to see more of this, I guess I'll get a reaction out of not the comments, but just the views. So this has been the super scary stories for sleepovers. It's definitely could give me nightmares at night. Definitely. So thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, have a nice day. Have a nice day. Now we're 54 minutes left after this shit. Have a nice fucking day.